Fabulous morning, darling. Fabulous morning. I just want to go more in depth with this manifesting thing because there is so much confusion when it comes to manifesting. Now, occults have taken manifesting to a whole new level. And they believe that you can manifest something on your own without God. I don't think you can. I think if you got it and you worked for it, it was a coincidence, but you did not manifest it. I believe if God allowed it to happen, it happened, but you didn't get it without God. You didn't get nothing without God. You didn't manifest nothing without God. Everything that happens is with God. And then you can leave God out of the situation, but that does not mean that God didn't do it. I'm sorry. I don't care how you twist it, transform it, and make it into a worldly thing. It's all God. It's all God. Manifestation is not the ability to manifest it on your own, to think it and it happened on your own. That is not really what manifestation is. I don't believe anyway. I believe manifestation can only come through God. And if you can think it and you can see it and you can believe it and you have God strong in your life and you're asking God for it, I believe it can happen. I believe it's there. I believe you definitely can manifest it. Take those words back. You're not manifesting it. God is manifesting it. You're just working with God to manifest it. Does that make sense? I hope it does, because this is very confusing and it's got a lot of people thrown. Now, manifesting is such a confusing situation because there's a lot of occults that believe that you can manifest on your own, that it is a thing that you can do without a God. It's not. It's not something that you can do without a God. It talks about it in the Bible because God makes it possible for you to be able to do it. But you cannot do it without God. Physically impossible. Spiritually impossible. Mentally impossible. Just impossible. If you are manifesting and you think you're doing it without God, you're just confused. You don't have any idea, but God's working behind it one way or the other. He either allows it to happen for his good or he allows it to happen for his good. There's a reason why it's allowed to happen. You think it's because of you. It has nothing to do with you, and it has everything to do with God. People think that they can take stuff from the Bible, twist it, turn it, and make it all about them. And they have done that for centuries and centuries and centuries. But the truth of the matter is, it's all God. It has always been God. Do you see those white things going up and around? I have no idea what that is. It just started happening when I started talking about this. So, anyway, I believe that you can manifest through God. I also believe that manifestation cannot be done without God. I also believe that occults have taken manifestation out of context, out of alignment, and out of God. And they can try to convince you of anything. They can convince you of anything. And when it happens, when something happens and you think you have manifested it, you didn't. God just allowed it to happen. You cannot manifest anything without God. It cannot be done. Manifestation cannot be done without God. I don't care who you are, who you think you are, or how strong you think you are, or how mind-powering you think you have. Cannot be done without God. That is my point on it, because I've looked into it. I've read on it. And there are 5 different passages in the Bible that talk about manifestation. One of them being that God manifested himself from the tomb to life. Now, if Jesus manifested himself from the tomb to life, then manifestation is something that can be done through him. If he talks about believe it, see it, and it will be. If you pray for it, you believe it, you see it, and it will happen. That is manifestation. It doesn't call it manifestation in those sentences, but that's what it's telling you. Now, a lot of people think that they can play magicians and that they have the power of God. They do not. The devil thinks he has the power of God. He does not. He has some power, limited power. When he was kicked out of heaven, his authority was taken from him. We have authority, which means we have authority over the devil, over him. The devil doesn't have much power. The power that he has, he tricks and he manipulates so that it makes people think he has more power than he does. Do you ever notice that he uses scary tactics to trick you into thinking he has more power than he does? Things that scare you to trick you, right? It's because he don't have the power that everyone thinks he does. He don't. He has a manipulating spirit. He has a wrong spirit is what he has. And that's why he was kicked out of heaven. So, he's here on earth. He is in the physical. Whether you see him or not, he is here. And he has rule over the air. Principality of the air, right? But he doesn't have he's not ruler over the earth. So there's where people got confused. He's the prince of the air, which means in the air, he has power. He can do what he wants in the air. But on the land, on the earth, he can't touch us. When I finally realized that, it took all his power away. It took every bit of the devil's power away when I finally realized that. He has no power over us. He just manipulates what he has to make you think he does. He don't have the power to manifest, and you don't have the power to manifest. No one has the power to actually manifest except for God. So that if you want manifestation, you have to go through God for that manifestation to work. And yes, I suggest you do, because it does work. And it's powerful, and it makes things happen in the spirit, and it makes things happen on the earth. It makes things happen in the heavens, and it makes things happen on the earth. That is what the power of God does. God's power is so amazing and so wonderful and is over every single thing. Everything. I mean, even the air, because the devil's allowed to do what he wants in the air, but God can come and overpower it. He can come and say, I trumped that. You can't do that. He can do that. He can do that. If he absolutely is not going to allow the devil to do something, God can trump it. God can say, hey, no, ain't happening. But what God usually does, because he give the devil the power, is God usually allows him to do it and bring something good out of it. That's what God does. God can make something good come out of any situation. Something good will come out of it. That's how powerful God is. He is just that amazing. I don't get twisted up in all of the stuff that I see on earth, happening on earth these days. And there's a lot of stuff in the news, a lot of darkness, right? It has no power over you, baby. It has no power over this earth. It is being brought to the light so it can be stopped, not so that it can scare you. It has been brought to the earth, so it says, because God said, enough. Enough. It's been brought to your face so you know what's going on, so that it can happen no more. Now, don't be afraid of it. And remember, God is in control. Hallelujah. He's always in control. And he makes good come out of every bad situation. Hallelujah. Have a blessed day.